How likely are you to become a millionaire with the cryptocurrencies that your favorite influencer shares you? I've made videos on this before. Let's be real. You are here because you want to become a millionaire. You want to get rich. You want to buy the nice house. You want to have the nice car. You want to go on these nice luxury stays, hotels or resorts and spas. And you want all of that. You want your kids to be happy. All because you saw many years ago or heard about someone talk about Bitcoin and how Bitcoin went from like a penny and shot up. So that made you want to get in the crypto space. But how likely can you make money from what these influencers share you, including me? All your favorite influencers. I want to talk about it, not financial advice. This is what they share you. And we just got to keep it straight up real. When you look at a lot of your favorite influencers, this is what you see in their thumbnail. A lot of it's due to them doing community farming. They want to put coins that are popular, that have hundreds of thousands of followers or people following these types of projects. So when they make a video, you subscribe to them, right? Because you're seeing these coins. But how much does it make you? I spoke about HBAR. I spoke about Ondo in the last one. I even spoke about SWE. I've been, I showed you SWE many months ago. But since then, it's gone up massively since the time that I showed you. That's another thing. Timing. When are you seeing these? When are they sharing you these? Because the average person doesn't have $10,000 to just go and spend right now. And if you're watching this, sometimes it takes time for someone and I say average, I still see myself as average. I live a great life, but I still see myself as average. I know that $500 is a lot of money to invest. I know that when I had to pay my bills back in the day, it wasn't easy to get $200-300. So I know how hard that can be to have to save up when you got your kids to look after, you got bills to pay. I get it. And now they're showing you these coins as if you're going to absolutely change your life. Like Ondo's going to change your life. Like HBAR is going to make you a millionaire. I don't think they will. I mean, I'm not saying they're bad projects. And actually, I'm not saying they're bad people either. I like all of the influencers in this space, even if they hate me. But I do feel like what they're sharing you isn't going to change your life. It's so they can build the subscriber base in their on their channel. So when they finally do want to share some stuff, they got a huge amount of views and everything else. I don't think these are going to change your life. But what I do think is what I've been sharing you over the past few months can change people's lives. So I want to compare some of the things. This is what you're going to see all the time. Potenza Tau, HBAR, Ondo, maybe ICP, these kind of things here. Render, which I really like Render, but I'm not talking about it now. I was speaking about it when it was less than $1, right? Virtuals protocol. Actually, let's stick with virtuals because on the AI side of things, this will be shared again. You'll have all your big influencers talk about virtuals. Should you be buying virtuals protocol now? If you're someone that's average, hasn't got a lot of money, you got maybe $300-400 to invest, and they say to you pull it in virtuals, which right now is a $935 million market cap. So when it does that 10x, it goes to $9 billion. Your $400, let's say, or even let's say you had $2,000. Let's say you saved up for 6 months and you had $2,000 and you put it all in virtuals. I mean, people don't usually do that. You usually spread your investments and, so it's like you got a good basket of coins. But let's say you decided to go crazy one day and put it all in virtuals. You now got $2,000 in virtuals. When it does a 10x from here, it goes to $9 billion, fully diluted $14 billion. That makes you $20,000. Has that changed your life? Can you buy your house? Can you buy that car? You could probably go on holiday. You could probably stay in a nice, luxurious place for maybe a week or two. But then that's it. The money's gone. And then what did you gain? How did it change your life? How did it help your kids? Some kids, if you go to private schools, that can cost $25,000-30,000 alone. Just saying, or maybe more. So I don't think that's going to change someone's life. I was talking about virtuals to my Patreons and you guys, 6 months ago. Look at this, 6 months ago was when I started talking about virtuals. It was mega tiny. It wasn't sitting on $1.40. Actually, it was sitting on 4 cents. Actually, when you look at these videos here that I made, go back and watch them. Look, I said I bought $20,000 worth back then, 6 months ago. Look at the price. This was the buy alert. I said, huge buy alert. I'm buying this AI/gaming coin now. You don't want to miss this. Look, don't miss this gaming coin, Virtuals. It was a It was a 47 million market cap. And at that point, it was a 4 cents price, almost 5 cents, 0.47. This absolutely exploded. I was talking about it down here. If you look at this chart, this is where I was talking about it. Look, right back here, like 4.7 there. That's when I was talking about it. Before this went and exploded. So all the patrons that paid attention to that, shout out to you, because look at this. We done 100x star money on that. Flipping blue, man. 20,000 times that by 100. Think about what I made just on Virtuals alone in the last 6 months. So I feel like I know what I'm saying when I say to you guys, you know, what are they sharing you and how can that really make you a millionaire? You see, I still like Virtuals. Great project. I think all of these projects are great, but they're just too high in market cap now. If I was to go for another project that's all about AI agents, you know, got the AI framework and stuff, I'll probably go for AI16Z. AI16Z right here. Because AI16Z is near enough actually no, I've got to be honest, I think AI16Z's framework to build AI agents is better than Virtuals protocol. You see, what Virtuals did is it built a platform for people to make AI agents easy. Great. But AI16Z can do the same thing, meaning that it's not hard to set up an AI agent using elizaos. And actually, when you look at things from a bigger perspective, there's more people that are partnered up with elizaos, AI16Z, making it more easy for people to make AI agents across multiple different projects. So I would probably have said AI16Z right now today is the better buy. Look at it, 288 million. So you're not getting in something that's incredibly high risk. Crisps, potato chips. You're actually buying something of a mid cap, low end of a mid cap, which isn't massively high risk, is what most of the projects that I usually share. You have a chance to actually make more multipliers than you would do if you would invest in Virtuals. Because let's say Virtuals does, I don't know, they might put in their their thumbnails 20, 30x. If Virtuals does a 30x, you can take the market cap like this, copy, come like this, go like this, times it by 30. If it does a 30x return from now, Virtuals goes to a $28 billion market cap. And that's 30 times your money. If you was to buy AI16Z and that was to go to a $28 billion market cap, I'm going to take the market cap right here, copy it, just to show you the difference in multipliers that you could actually make. Would you rather a 30x, no, this is the market cap, how many times does it go into that? Divide it by this. Would you rather a 30x or a potential 97x when they both go to roughly a $28 billion market cap? I think I would choose that. 97 times my money back, just like what I did with Virtuals Protocol when this, I was buying it about 4 cents. Absolutely blew up, 4.5 cents or more. So yeah, pay attention to what these guys share you. I know it's great because you see the same logos all the time. You got big influencers talking about these coins all the time. But the reality is, what will it make you? Will it turn your hardworking, you've been investing $200 every single month or $300 a month into, I don't know, $300,000, $400,000? Or would it give you that chance to make more? Because I'll tell you what, a $2,000 investment into that, should it go to something like a $28 billion, that's almost $200,000. That can be life-changing. Well, a bit more than what you had, if you only had $2,000. I mean, I always believe that the average person should, overall as a long-term goal, try to get $5,000 in the crypto space as an investment. Now, that might take some time for the average person. You might not have that kind of money right away. I didn't when I started off. I had $230 here and there. It's my government money, just putting it in. And I did. And then, just over time, it grew and grew and grew because I kept stacking up the bags, kept buying more. And it just went. It got to about $5,000, and then it absolutely blew. Back then it was XRP, Cardano. I was buying them mega cheap, and then it just blew. Just flipping, VeChain used to be called Ven back then. Made massive gains, and I took some profits, and yeah. So this can, people can change their lives. They just need to find the right projects, is what I'm saying. And I don't think what the average influencers share you is what's going to change your life. I think $20,000 won't change your life. Maybe $200,000 could change someone's life a little bit. But then if you're smart with it and you take, maybe 50,000 or 60,000 off that 200,000 profit and throw it back in with some more coins, you could absolutely change your life, because then all you need is a 10x. Then that 50,000 turns to $500,000, right? I'm burping. So I'm going to leave it here. I feel like AI16Z would be a much better chance of you making a 100x return if you're here for that. Because if you want to change your life, you have to look for projects that can do that. Then what virtuals would do now. I absolutely love virtuals. I think virtuals is great. And I know I've been a fan of it for a long time, which is why I spoke about it around about 4 cents. But I think right now virtuals probably has another 20x in it. At the max 25x, but I'm going to put it here at 20x. Was this helpful? Drop the like, give me a subscribe. Thanks for watching. Stick around. What are you going to do? I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.
Never be defeated.